out the way, let's talk about what's going on in the NBA and what the Knicks are not a part of, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to jump right into it and talk about the trade that just took place or is projected to take place with the Indiana Pacers and the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings are trading Tyrese Haliburton, Buddy Hield to the Pacers for Jeremy Lamb, Domantas Sabonis, and whatever else is involved in that trade. And I'm upset. I ain't going to lie, because I've liked Tyrese Haliburton for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? And he was available. Who knew? I mean, he was available for trade, and the Knicks did not try to get Tyrese Haliburton on this team. At least from what we know, they didn't try to get Tyrese Haliburton on this team. That's just disappointing to me. And you know what? Someone said play the sound. I got to play the sound for the New York Knicks front office, man. That is for the New York Knicks front office. One more time. They got to get it, man. I can't believe it. Tyrese Haliburton was available, and it seems like you could have gotten him. Now, maybe the Knicks didn't want to trade Julius Randle, but if you throw the right thing out there, you probably could. I think you still could have gotten him. Even if you didn't want to trade Randle, I think you still could have gotten him. Who knows? I don't know. I guess we'll see what else is involved in that trade. But what the heck are the Kings doing?
Right.
What in the world? Tyrese Haliburton is looking like, I don't know if he's going to be a super duper star, but a future all-star player. And you trade him away. He's on his rookie contract. I don't know. Steph, your thoughts on that trade?
Sam. And I haven't been happy for quite some time. I haven't been happy for quite some time. I know we talk about this front office and we say how they doing well. Why? Because they're not as bad as the previous front office, And I get it. They're collecting assets. I get it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say they're terrible. I'm just going to say the jury is still out. I want to see what they're doing with these assets that they're collecting. They were brought in to build a contender. And I get it. It's piece by piece, step by step. They thought they were getting one step closer with the Fournier-Kimber deal. It didn't work out. It happens all the time in front offices. I'm interested in what's next. What are you doing next? Yeah. When I see McCollum, okay, all right. But Haliburton, you could not get in on that. Now, what we don't know is they may not have wanted Randall. They may not have thought that Randall and Fox was a good pairing. They may have thought that, Fox and Sabonis was a better pairing. Sabonis is playing much better than Randall, so they may not have wanted it. But we couldn't give them Obi and act like there was nothing we can offer them. I guess if you're keeping Fox, I guess you do want to go older, maybe. Fox is not that much older than Haliburton. Is he like 2 years?
I think Fox is 22, 23.
Yeah, so you could have still went young with Fox. I don't get it. The Knicks got 48 hours to make me feel better.
Right.
They got 48 hours to make me feel better.
48 hours, girl. I feel you on that.
So remember when I said that somebody may not be available, but you can come with a package to entice them? That's what the Knicks have to do. A lot of guys are not available, but I think the Knicks have enough assets to hopefully entice somebody to move off of somebody they really like.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. Another thing that, first of all, we don't know if the Knicks wanted to move on from Julius Randle for Tyrese Haliburton.
Yeah.
But if they did, Domantas Sabonis' contract, the Kings may be more attracted to his contract, right? He makes 18.5 this season, 18.5 next season, and 19.4 in 23-24. Julius Randle is a much larger contract.
So
That's another thing.
We have to put that in. We do have to put that in the factor that Sabonis. I mean, look, like you said, in 2024, he's only making $18 million, and he kind of does what Randall does a little bit for the most part. I mean, they kind of, I won't say similar play style, but you know what I'm trying to say. They similar somewhat.
Yeah. Right.
But I'm not gonna lie to you, Sam. Like, it's crazy. I'm at work. I'm looking at my notification. I'm like, oh, the Kings and the Indiana trade. I'm like, okay. So I was like, they finally got rid of Buddy Hill and Sabonis. And then when I looked and I said, Tyrese Woo? I said, there's no way. Then it really said Tyrese Haliburton. I'm like, what? It said, you know what's crazy, man? The Kings make us look like the San Antonio Spurs. They really do. Listen, I know people come up. So it's funny. People go to, I tell them I'm a Knicks fan. They be like, I'm sorry, but Lord have mercy. Being a Kings fan, that must be hell. Because Lord, that just sucks.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So it looks like included in that trade is Domantas Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb, and Justin Holiday. That's who was included in that trade.
And it's still no draft.
Damn, I don't care.
They
could have did better.
No draft.
We might have been able to do better. The only thing is that I believe those contracts are much smaller than some of the contracts the Knicks might have wanted to come off of. You know what I mean? When you look at those contracts, Jeremy Lamb makes $10.5 million this season. Mm-hmm. Justin Holiday makes $6 million next season and $6 million in 2022, 2023.
But Sim, you know what? But still, see, me personally, right?
But you throw a draft pick in there,
and see
all
what
of a sudden it changes things.
Sim,
it changes things, right?
But that's what I'm saying. My thing with the Knicks, and again, we don't know. We're not in the front office. But if you're telling me, hey, Kings, I'll give you Obi. You clearly need a power forward because Marvin Bagley's not doing nothing. So look, I'll give you Quick, Obi. I'm gonna be real. I do two first-round picks. You're not gonna say no. To me, to have this kid, and this is what makes it hurt more, son. This is your second time. You could have literally drafted. You could have drafted him.
Yeah.
You could have drafted him, but again, I mean, that's in the past.
Let's reserve judgment. Let's reserve judgment, right?
Like Steph said, you got 48 hours. Right. You got 48 hours.
Because you know what's happened in the past. And I know I'm shooting for the stars here, but you've seen in the past when a trade with one team happens, and then all of a sudden a player is rerouted elsewhere. The next day or something like that. Let's hope something like that happens and somehow, some way, Tyrese Haliburton gets rerouted to the New York Knicks. I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? Because it looks like the Indiana Pacers are breaking everything down. You know what I mean? So the next to go is Miles Turner, and then after that is Malcolm Brogdon. And Malcolm Brogdon can't be traded into the summer. So
there was just a notification. It says, from what it says, that the Pacers may keep Miles Turner. They might be keeping him.
They might. I mean, because you got a point guard now, and
they got a point guard for sure.
You got a point guard who can play some defense, right? And Tyrese Haliburton. Malcolm Brogdon can play defense, but Tyrese Haliburton can play some defense. He's got a better contract than Malcolm Brogdon. Right, Tyrese Haliburton's contract. It's a rookie contract, right? So I'm gonna read that out to you.
First year. This is his second year.
Yeah. Second year, yeah. Second year. He makes $4 million this season.
Jesus Christ.
He makes $4 million next season, and then there's a team option in 23-24 for $5.8 million. And then there's a qualifying offer in 24-25 for $7.9 million. I don't even want to look at it no more. Come on. Come on, man. Come on.
And
It's
it just make me
crazy.
mad, son, because I'm just thinking about what him and RJ could be doing, man. Just him, RJ, Cam, that tall lineup of switchability, man. You could,
Yeah.
oh my, you could literally guard 1 through 4 with just those 3. I'm not even talking about Grimes. Tomatoes.
Yeah. I mean, somebody in Sacramento's getting fired.
It got to be.
Somebody
there's
got
no
to
way,
go.
man.
Somebody got to get up out of there because that's just bad. That's I don't know what their thinking is. You know what I mean? Last thing on this trade, Malcolm Brogdon, will he be available? He might. I think he will be available in the summer. You know what I mean? But, he's on a $21.7 million this year, 22.6 next year, 22.5 in 23-24, and 22.5 in 24-25. I don't know if the Knicks make that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to depend on what the Knicks' direction is, if they decide to make that move or not. To me, getting Tyrese Haliburton would have been a much better option than looking at Malcolm Brogdon. You know what I mean? Trying to get in on a young player that is ascending in the NBA, just his second year in the NBA.
Sim, you're talking about ascending. Sim, I think, to be honest with you, I think this shocked everybody because, again, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at this young kid who's not playing. Mind you, he's not playing with Fox. This kid is dropping 30. He's having assists. He got the ball in his hand. He's defending. He's helping the Kings. I mean, I don't say stay afloat, but like you said, this kid is going up. If he wasn't in the West with all those point guards,
yeah,
he would have a chance to be an All-Star in the East.
He
does. He has a chance now.
Yeah, we'll see what it does. Let me get you a call real quick, then we'll start breaking down this game. Caller, you're live. Tell me your name and where you're from, please.
Sharif, I'm from Brooklyn.
What's going on?
Salute to the chat.
Salute, my friend.
To Sam, Queen, Bubba. Appreciate
Yes,
you guys.
sir.
What's going on with you, man? Tell me what you're feeling.
I'm gonna try to make the mood around a little better. Like Queen alluded to, the Kings might have not wanted Randall, right? Like they might have not wanted his salary. They might have not wanted his emotions, right? You see what he did with the laptop. Other teams are watching the Knicks besides, just us. Like they might see a different vantage point as far as what they want. Sabonis might have had a better contract. What they get back might have been better for them. We could have enticed them to take OB or take quickly. Bubba said something about 2 first-round picks. That might actually be too much for Haliburton, even though a lot of people in the city want it.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Steph said it a long time ago. With the situation that the Knicks are in, you might have to overpay for some guys.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just might have to do it, because guys, some people don't want to come to New York City. So it's hard to get guys. It's hard to get players.
I was gonna say,
it's hard to get players when you're the Knicks. So you might have to overpay sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you really do have to overpay because look, right? Again, and sometimes it works out because look what the look what the I'm trying to think. Look what the Celtics did or what's the name did. They overpaid. They got a few guys, and then if the Knicks would have got Tyrese, I know it's a big what if, but you get a real legit point guard next to RJ Fournier. That stock rises, man, and then it's an investment. Sometimes you gotta take a gamble. Sometimes that's the point of getting all these assets, having all these young players, and having manageable contracts, is so you do make a big move like this. And like Sim says, this kid is only transcending. He's only 21 years old. He's the same age as RJ.
I would actually love to have him instead of OB in the draft, but things turn out the way they turn out. With the Kings, it's like you guys said, what are they doing? Right? They just gave up 2 of their best shooters for Sabonis, and now they don't really have as many shooters as they did before to support him. So it's tough for them, but I guess what they got back from Indiana, I guess, might have suited them better than what we could have offered them. And like you guys just said, we would have probably had to overcompensate to get Haliburton,
Right.
which I'm sure some people might not have had a problem with. But I guess when it came down to it, they just took the better offer.
Yeah, that's what it came down to. You know what I mean? They took what they thought was the better offer, you know, and maybe not even just the better offer, but also what they feel fits their team the best. So, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. What do you should we expect the Knicks to do over the next 2 days? I mean, you know, options that they were looking at, CJ McCollum gone, right? I don't know if they were even looking at Tyrese Haliburton, but he's clearly gone. Buddy Hield is someone that the Knicks was reportedly looking at. Man, he's gone. He's on his way to the Pacers unless he gets rerouted to the Knicks. I don't know. But what do you want to see the Knicks do? Just real quick.
I mean, I think I expect them to take another look at Turner, even though I believe he's hurt right now. I've seen something about the Hornets trying to get in on that. I know they've had their eye on him for a while. Dallas, maybe they take another look at Brunson. But these moves, like the Haliburton and the CJ move, would have been something that New Yorkers wanted, right? So when you go to Turner and you go to Brunson, it's more like B+ kind of moves for the short term, I guess. Or I guess in Turner's case, maybe longer term. But I'm just looking at what's out there now, what's out there for us, and what's out there for us to poke holes at, because those two moves, I guess, was talked about for a while as far as CJ and potentially Haliburton, right? So now it's like a reset as you see what's around the board, you see what you could get into, who's available, who might be available, if you could pry somebody loose, but it looks like slim pickings right now.
It does, man. Hey, my man, I appreciate the time, appreciate the call. And we'll see what happens. You know what though? We didn't know Tyrese Haliburton was going to be available, so you never know who else is available out there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, I don't think nobody's stupid as the Kings, but hey. Yo, man, I'm sorry, man. Let's imagine, I'm not going to say, you know what's funny, man? Imagine if we were nothing but Kings. We'll be here depressed every day.
Man, it'd be a real rough go at it. Real rough go at it.
Hey, I know there's someone in this world that's doing nothing but Kings. God bless you, brother or sister. We are praying for you.
Yeah, they're having a meltdown right now on Spaces on Twitter. They're having a meltdown.
Oh,
man.
Sam, you should say. I know the Twitter's going crazy. I know the Kings Twitter fan page is going crazy. I seen the Reddit page. They're just going in on them right now.
Peace.
This is MBK, nothing but Nick. What's in past this, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Nick.